I am DM Zone. This is Gamers Oasis. Let's get into it. All right, guys. So, in the last video we had, Robur got a little bit long on the water and food. I kind of wasn't paying attention to it. We spent 3 days healing up to recover from that. It wouldn't have cost him his life or anything. It was just an oversight on my part, basically, of keeping track of how often I was feeding him and the water and that type of stuff. He actually was fine on food. I haven't really notated it, but I just assumed he carried more food than water because food weighs less than water in general. I will make that adjustment though, and actually properly track it here in the future, but not for right now. So we're going to go ahead and start this off again. We've got a couple layers of exploration that gives us about 200 XP. We're not splitting with anyone, so that's nice. He's got ways more to go before he can go up even as a thief. That's 1200 XP for the first level. And then eventually, when he becomes first level, I'm probably going to break him, or third level, I'm probably going to break him into my actual proper explorer class. And then all of his XP will be divided by 2. But it'll make exploration easier because this will be a thing he will become better at. So we'll get to that eventually. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, guys, so we're going to be moving from 1608 to 2008 back to Heroes Rest. I'm still getting the name of these things better. When I have the actual map, it'll be a lot easier to look at. Let's go ahead and roll to see if we have any loss or get encounters and this type of stuff. Alright, so we do not get lost. We do not have any encounters. We do the safe trip back to Brigton's Rest. This will reset our water. We're going to go with back to resetting our food. This is going to be the 11th day. I had a thought. Going to do a rumor roll. So we're going to add that every time we go to town. Every day I spend in town, we'll do a rumor check. And I'll create a list for the rumors. I think that's a good way of doing it. Okay, so we know that over here at 1505 we have a swamp. So let's go back over here close to there so I can do that. We're going to see what kind of movement I have. We're going to be heading south. Alright, so I can go a direction and I can't change it. I have no encounter and I do not get lost. 1408 is actually going to be something we stop short of, but we're going to get to know it. We're going to stop here at 1608 because 1408 is a hill. We will do from the valley. We will do a no. I think we'll just stop there. I suppose on day 1. And then on day 2, we're going to go into this hill by a space. So it'll actually give us a space, a hex and a half. And we're going to go here. And we'll decide what we're going to do from there. Alright, so being on the hill gives us one more range of observation. It allows us to observe a lot farther with this. What we find by going there is that 1208 actually is High Manor. Okay, so from here in 1408, they're going to spend the next day with just an encounter check. Now this is a easier encounter. Hills are basically mountains. So on a 4, 5, or 6, they will be an encounter. So we do not have an encounter. We did not move. And we're going to get 2 spaces for searching. Let me go ahead and mark my day and my food. So we should have 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this should be on the third day. Now, let me go ahead and color this in. So 1307. No. So 1206 will be. This is going to be plains. That is going to be like that. And that is going to be essentially what they're able to determine from there. A great number of hills are be able to do this. Now, are we going to go back towards here and kind of wrap around here and see what's over here? We're going to finish searching for the rest of this marsh. Are we going to finish searching the marsh? No. Are we going to go to the east and try to circle back? No. Are we going to go south of High Manor? Yes. So we're going to continue to push south. We're going to reset our rations and everything by going a day south. Let's make sure we don't get lost and there's no encounters. Okay, we have no encounters. We do not get lost because we rolled a 3. We are able to make a turn, not that we need it. But we enter High Manor, to which we will get a check. We do not get that. This is going to be day 14. Resetting our food and water. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and head a direction. So we have a road that travels east to Bridgewater. Are we going to take the road since it's faster travel? Yes. All right, so we're going to follow the road to the east, which will allow us to get good movement and then be able to do this check again. So we have one. Oh, we got to make sure we can see the. All right, so we have complete ability to move. We do get lost because at 1 or 2 we are lost in the mountains, but we're on a road which we treat as a river, which means we don't only get lost on 1. All right, so we are fine. We don't have an encounter. It's both good and bad. And we're going to be able to get 3 hexes of movement. So this and this. And we're going to stop in 11, 11. And we're going to spend a day here observing. So I need an encounter check. Okay, we have an encounter. 2 in the mountains. It's going to be a flyer. That could be bad. We're going to roll a d12. 10. 10 is Pegasus. So Pegasus are lawful. They're not an evil creature. And they're an animal. So I don't really think we care a whole lot about that. Let's see if they happen to be inside their lair. Okay, Pegasus don't actually have lairs, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's just see how many there were, just for funs. There was 8 Pegasus. All right. And we're going to go ahead and explore what else we see. All right, so 909 and 810 are both. 1210 is... Okay, that is all I can see of that. The rest is going to be grasslands, actually. So, yes, and we have here and here, here and here. Yes, and yes. 7, 11, yes, all that is that. And that's going to be the end of that. So, are we going to go over to like 1511? and then do a search there to kind of get a good idea of what we're doing here. Yes. All right, I like that idea too. So let's go ahead and see how this works. This is going into day 3. I can pick a direction and go. We have an encounter and we do not get lost. So we're planning going directly to that one. Let's see what we encounter, or what time of day. This is going to be at night, so it will be in the mountains. We're going to roll a d8 to see what it is. 4. It's going to be a lycanthrope. We'll roll for what type. D4. This is one of the things I would actually be changing probably. Were-tigers. Okay. I hear were-tigers and I think the most fearsome things in the world. Not easily to avoid, but from everything I've seen, it's actually pretty easy to avoid were-tigers. So were-tigers are neutral to chaos for alignment. They have 12 movement, so that's important. They range from groups of 8 to 20. Now, are either family packs from 2 to 4, or from groups of 5 to 8, or 8 to 20. Okay, so let me just search for lycanthrope real quick. Okay, so lycanthropes come in 2 to 20. So we have 16 lycanthropes. That means that they are over 60%. They're our speed, close enough. Which means that our chance to evade as one person is 90%. Are they surprised or are we surprised? We both are surprised. I'm going to treat that as a null effect. So I have a 90% chance to... Whoa. So we are not able to evade them. They are going to pursue us. So let me go ahead and fresh up in the pursue rules. Oh, is this the LAIR? No. Okay, so there is a 50% chance of evading this. They move the same speed, essentially. Here is for his roll. We want, in this case, we want above a 50. So we have 57. We are fine. They don't catch me. Do they continue? 4, 5, and 6, that's yes. So they continue again. We go in what direction? 2. All right, so we have 1, 2. So while we're here, we don't get to map anything. And they're going to they continue. So we're going to roll percentile to see if they still continue. The answer is so there's a 50% chance they catch us. In this case, they catch us. I'm going to revert to a D6 roll for the halfling hide, 2+. So the halfling is able to hide only through like last measures. That probably would have absolutely been a massacre if 16 were-tigers were to catch the halfling out by itself. Absolutely death. So will they pursue 4, 5, or 6? No. So they do stop. Now, I spent 2 days doing that, so I'm going to spend 1 day actually resting. So we have 3 days spent, 3 days in food. And I am going to move in 3. So I go from here to here. I am on the 6th day. That means I need to rest. So I'm going to do my rest. Here's for the encounter check. We are in the plains, right? 1513 is plains, so we are good. So we're at 1512, and then I have forest to my east. Okay, so we're over here at 1513. We just did a day. We are on day 6, which will reset, which is very good. I'm going to need to spend my day. Spend my day's food and water. I think we should probably check out 1711 and then go back and rest at Axe Head Tower. That's what I think we should do. Let's see if we can make that happen. Okay, so we have no encounter. We don't get lost. We can make a turn. So we go bing, 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 and cut in. All right, this is going to be plains. And we are back here at Axe Head Tower. We do not get an encounter or a random counter check or a rumor check. Our food and water is reset. Now, are we going to clear out 2111 here? No, we're going to leave that one for right now. We'll just come back later. Are we going to go east and to block off that little section right here from here? Yes. Okay, so if we're going to go a different direction, just go directly east here. Essentially, we're going to go... Let's make our rolls. Okay, we're able to get a turn. We have no encounter and we do not get lost. Okay, and we're going to end up 1, 2, 3. Now, this might be a good place to go ahead and observe. I do think this is a good place to observe from 1915. I'm going to go ahead and mark food and water. So here's for the encounter check. We have no encounter. This is going to fill this area. 1816 is plains. Perfect. They're going to go into Franklin Tower. Hopefully, if we get the right roll. Because we might as well. We're close to a town. Alright, so we do not get lost. We have no encounters and we can make a turn. So from 1915, we're going to go basically just directly there. Give us a rumor check. No rumors. Reset our food and water again. This one could be a little bit more of an excursion. This is an additional day. From here, we're going to go north. And if I get a turn, I'll go back to 2018. I do get a turn. No encounter. And we're going to go from 1717 to 2018. Another day spent. More food and water started. I think we're going to go to 2020 if we're able to. Alright, so we have the ability to turn. We have an encounter. This is going to be in the plains and we do not get lost. In the plains, we run into 1, which is men. Roll a d12. 6. Ooh, berserkers. Okay, berserkers tend to be neutral to chaotic. See how many there are. I think there's 2d12, 2 to 10. Okay, so here's 2 to 20. So we have 13, which puts us above the 60%. So we have a 90% chance to evade, which is crazy. So we evade the berserkers without having to give up our space. What time of day was it? It was in the evening. So we had a cold camp. This will be end of day 2. And we're going to rest on the 3rd day. Okay, we have an encounter. Oh, was it their lair for the berserkers? 40. I don't think that's right. No, 15% chance of it being their lair. Next is going to be 6. So we have men again. 8. This is a superhero with 2d6 people. So 8 people. That is more than their 60%. I don't know if it's good or neutral. I'm going to just evade. We know it's a high. 10% is fine. So they don't see us. Is that their lair? Uh-oh. 9%. So in 2020, there is a superhero lair. We're going to do on a 1, it is chaos, and on the other, we're going to have more chance of neutral. So on a 2 through 4 will be neutral. This will be a lawful. Which we didn't know. Still technically don't, but this is an interesting thing. We didn't have to evade it, so we just were able to hide. So we will be able to still observe. All this is planes. All right, I need to go ahead and mark this down. Okay, we're going to go to, are we going to go to 2022, or are we going to go down to like 1822? I need to ask, 1822? 2022. 1721? It's a weird number. No. Are we going to go to town because we're getting away in like 1717? Yes, we're going to just abandon this part of the map and go back to town. So let's go for that. Okay, we can make a turn. We don't have any encounters. We don't have anything. We go here, bing, bing, bing. We actually end up back at 1717. 1 turn later, we are fine. We know that there's basically just plains and water over there. Food, water reset. Are we going to go south from here? No. Are we going to finish the northeast side after, since we've resupplied? No. Are we going to go get 2120 or 2111? No. We're going to go back to the marsh for whatever reason, or we're going to go back to High Manor. Yes. Are we going to take the road from Bridgewater to High Manor? No. All right, so we're going to go back the direction we came. Okay, guys, so this has been a very crazy amount of time. We have now traveled 41 days of exploration. I'm counting time on the road, spending it inside villages as exploration days. Just for simplicity, it's not staying at home. It's not fully resting, this type of stuff. If we were to be injured and have to go to the hospital, I probably wouldn't count that. All right. So the rumor stuff hasn't paid off yet, but I think it will. What did pay off is we've run into, once with the party, we ran into a wizard as we left hollowed oak dungeon, who tried to extort us for whatever. We didn't stick around to find out. And then twice we've run into lords. Now, we don't necessarily know what they are, but lords and wizards are both name level. And on February 2nd, we ended up finding a superhero lair. Now, I don't know which one of these, or if they're the same and it's a misunderstanding, or if it's a completely different one. But we have a lair now. That is exciting because that could be literally, we could be telling more of the story of why they're following Robur. Was it just by coincidence? We don't know. Why was the party extorted? Was that on purpose? Were they trying to pick a fight with the party? Was this just a random chance encounter? Is this how they treat everyone? We don't know yet. So we're going to figure it out. But now we have a lair, and now we have a place. So location 2020 on my hexagon map is the place where we have something, a point of interest. And if you look at it, it's away from all the other villages, all the other towns. It's precariously positioned between the towns and what would be perceived as enemy realms farther north. Now, there is some neutral land in the Green Void, but it is a little bit odd. So we were going to figure out what this means. All right, guys, so this is what I was hoping would happen at some point in time. We will see how this continues. If you want to see more, of course, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep rolling those dice. Bye.